So I recently spoke at a conference, and we did sort of like TED Talks. So they call them Power Talks. And so everybody had to come in with a brand new big idea or a big question. And mine was, because I was curious to find out if people who are physically healthy and physically fit, do they out-earn, make more money, and keep more wealth than people or not? I found it a curious question. So in preparation, I started looking at some stats, doing some research, and one of the things I found really fascinating was 62% of all bankruptcies, particularly in the US, are due to medical issues and health challenges. So that was pretty fascinating. Then I also found out that if you are poor, you are 5 times more likely to have health challenges. I also began to look at this particular stat, which blew me away. If you are obese, by the time you're 40 years old, you will have, and if you're female, you will have spent $600,000 on food. And if you were male, it was $320,000 on food. And I kept thinking, imagine what you can do with that money. That's a significant amount of money. And so as I was getting ready, I also thought, well, those stats kind of make sense, because if you're poor, you have less access to medical care, you have less access to resources, and so the likelihood of you having some health challenges would make sense. So I decided to narrow my discussion. So I thought, if I took 2 people from the same socioeconomic status, so maybe 2 middle-class people, one fit and healthy and one not, who would earn more income? So I narrowed my discussion. And what I found out was that people who are physically fit and exercise regularly tend to invest in a 401k, or in Canada an RSP, more often than someone who's not. And the reason they gave was that a person who is physically fit does this thing called forward pacing. They plan for their future. They look into the future. And the reason they take care of their health is they have an intention of being healthy down the road. And as a result, they attach that same intention to their income, and so they begin to save for down the road. So I found that quite cool. Then I found out that people who have low credit scores and who kind of don't manage their money as effectively also have a higher risk of issues like heart disease, high blood pressure, all those interesting things. And it also comes down to the lack of planning and a little bit of a chaotic lifestyle, and there's very much a parallel. The other thing I found fascinating is when they did the statistics of the population in general, 34% of those people reported being satisfied with their financial situation. But when they took that same group and they pulled out all the physically fit and healthy people, the level of satisfaction with their financial situation jumped to about 64%. And so what I learned was, overall, people who are physically fit and healthy earn a higher income and tend to save more and have more wealth than someone who's not. So for me, it was really quite fascinating, because I'm really fascinated between the parallel between your health and fitness and your wealth creation. And to see that there's actually a real correlation is quite cool for me. And so this is what I'm going to leave you with. If you're someone who wants to bring your health, your finances to a new level, your business to a new level, possibly you might want to take on your physical fitness and just dial it up. If you're someone who's already doing really well financially and your health isn't where you want it to be, imagine what might be possible if you actually dial up your health. And the real reason is that the habits around your health are very similar to your habits around your money, your relationships, your savings, all those wonderful things. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear what you're thinking about this. It was fascinating to me, and I'll continue to tell you a little bit more of what I've learned in our next video. Take care.